Welcome to the Profit Producers Podcast, where we don't just talk business, we discuss the journey of being an entrepreneur. We're here to bring you strategy, tactics, and tools that you can use to succeed in business. Now here's your host, your virtual COO, Dekesha Williams.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to this episode of the Profit Producers Podcast. My name is Dekesha Williams because I just ran all together. I am a webinar strategist, founder, CEO of Vision Enterprise. Actually, I empower course creators and entrepreneurs to generate leads, create consistent revenue in their business using webinars so that they can create a lifestyle that they deserve. And I'm excited. I'm so excited about today's episode and my guest, Leilani. Super excited. We connected online, and I just love to connect online and meet new friends. Okay. Like, I just think it's absolutely amazing. And I could read her bio, but I'm going to tell you what I know about Leilani. Like, I mean, the bio is over there. But she really is a visibility expert. She is all about all things getting seen. And really has this wealth of knowledge around the social media platforms. Okay. And so I can tell you now that that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I love because it's perfect timing. All right. It's perfect timing. Number one, she has an event coming up that we're going to be talking about, right? We're going to be promoting the event. I'm going to be a part of the event as well. She's got some phenomenal speakers that are going to be participating. But the other reason why I think it is important is because in my tribe, which is, the Profit Producers tribe, period. I mean, come on, we love all things profit. But most of the time, the one thing that I hear them say often is, I need to be seen. I need more visibility. I need more eyes on my webinar. I need more eyes on my offer. And so, what better time to have none other than Leilani on here, who is the visibility expert. So, welcome to the Profit Producers Podcast. Boo.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to be here, of course.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, okay, so you know me. So I'm kind of laid back, right? And I do have some questions, but if we get to them, we get to them. If we don't, we don't. It's still gonna be juicy, okay? But I always, when I created the podcast, the Profit Producers Podcast, it was more so to be the behind the scenes, to get to really know the influencers, to get to really know, the coaches that are out here showing up online. And the reason being is because our audience have a tendency to see us put together, right? They see us launching, they see us doing content, doing videos, but I want them to actually have a conversation and feel like they are a part of this conversation. So that's kind of, what my vision was when I created the Profit Producers Podcast. I mean, yeah, I got some questions for you, but if we ain't laughing, having a good time, then I'm not doing my job, period, point blank. All right. So I'm just giving you the warning. You already know me, but I'm just, I'm kind of giving you the disclaimer. So I would like to know, though, how did you get started as a visibility expert? Like, what, why, and how? And why did you choose this particular path?
First of all, I love your expressions. I'm sad that it's a podcast and they can't see like what, why, and how. Like your face did the like how, what, and why expression on your face. It really was a natural progression for me. Honestly, like it felt like as a visibility coach, or it felt like leading up to it, sales was all that made sense to me. I didn't understand that sales made so much sense to me because I like communication. And the part of being visible, it just, when you're visible, it combines so many different things. Like it combines you being expressive, it combines you being communicative, it has an element of accessing everything that there is at your fingertips, like social media. So, as a visibility coach and a visibility strategist, people come to me and they usually talk about social media. and it wasn't always there. Social media wasn't always there. And
Mm-hmm.
so for me, becoming a visibility strategist, it literally was something that I just it kind of came to be out of the years of being in sales. And then, okay, well, I'm in sales. How do I reach more people? I'm a single parent. How do I have more time with my son? How do I do more of what I love? Even though I, enjoy this too, but I enjoy like having sleep and having more time. So,
Mm-hmm.
oh, MySpace came around. And then it's like, okay, well, that's cool. But then Facebook came around. And I was
Mm-hmm.
at my desk at a sales job, and I was like, how do I maximize what I'm doing? I was doing an MLM at the time. I was like running a dog sitting business out of my house. I was doing all these things, but it wasn't making enough money, and I didn't have enough time to do all the things still. So I started friending people all over Facebook. And I
Hmm.
started realizing that all these seasoned business owners wanted my feedback and wanted to know more. And that even though I wasn't, I was doing MLM at the time, but I wasn't like a business owner to the, in the nature that I am now. Right. And I was learning from them. And then as I progressed, helping people with social media and then winding up working from home and leaving the workforce to work for myself, I started to understand that people coming to me for social media help really could get social media help from learning online, but they weren't. Like, what is it that's keeping them from being seen? What is it that's really keeping them from being visible and letting people connect with them on a deeper level when they're on lives, when they're in their
Mm-hmm.
email, when they're doing all those things? And that's when I became a visibility strategist and really started doing that deeper work with people, because everyone's business is seen in different ways. Um, at its best. So, for instance, one of my former clients, she does Insight Timer, and she does podcasting, and she does a social media site that I hadn't even heard of until she talked to me about it. Because the work
Oh,
that
wow.
we did, mm-hmm, yep, there's so much out there that people aren't aware of because they're looking at the ways that they don't like and then stopping there.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. So I just love how you just kind of jumped in and was like, all right, let me see if I can take this on and make this happen. Oh, and just so you know that this will be streamed on YouTube live and everywhere. So we do
Oh,
keep
hey,
the
me
video
too.
portion. Huh?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, you
Thank
think I got dressed up just for no, 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 no. No, I'm just playing. So it will be streamed on all platforms. So y'all make sure that you like, subscribe, share, and all those things. All right. So that you can stay connected with the Profit Producers podcast. But so on this journey, as we progress along, because we always share like the wins and we always share the success that we have. But I like to get my guests to share like what was one of the biggest maybe obstacles that you had to overcome on this journey, and what did you really learn from it?
I think the biggest obstacle for me on this journey is understanding. Um, gosh, I guess there's a couple different obstacles. One is really understanding. I mean, I guess it's all based around others' involvement in my business. I didn't understand how much of being an entrepreneur had to a successful entrepreneur. Let me rephrase that. A successful entrepreneur, how much was tied into relationships with others, healthy
Mm-hmm.
relationships with others, leaning into others, pouring into you, receiving from others, building team with others, understanding that there is no self-made unless your business is not going to be successful, understanding that your relationships with your partner affects your business. So understanding like uh, who you have really close to you in your personal life, and what you allow in your mind from those closest to you, and what you do as far as how you nurture and grow relationships when you are at the beginning of stages of your business, the middle stages of your business, all of that, and you haven't like passed it off, like your personal relationships are the biggest aspect of the success of your business. That's what
Wow.
I'd say.
That's, I mean, that's very true. I mean, if you want to build a successful business, to be quite honest with you, it's all about building relationships, and it's about building the relationship with your client, your audience, your tribe, and then also building relationship with partners.
Yeah.
That's what I admire about you, because you are very like forthcoming, and it's like, hey girl, like we should chat, and I love it, and it's genuine. A lot of
Mhm.
times, people end up in your DM, and it's just a matter of, let me get you on a Zoom call so I can see how I can sell you. But I love the
Mhm.
authenticity behind your approach, and how genuine you are. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
But yeah, that
Mhm.
does make sense. So tell me a little bit about something that's going on in your business that you're excited about right now.
Well, I'm excited that you're going to be speaking at my event because I love listening to you speak and hanging out with you and all the things. So I'm very
Mm,
excited about that. That is going to be amazing at the Holiday Entrepreneur Summit on the 15th and 16th on Clubhouse. I'm very excited about that because I have a big dream to pour into as many entrepreneurs with my different approach to visibility and getting seen and just way of being and guiding people to be their truest self, to be more of themselves and more of themselves publicly. And they get to step into my, different, dorky, fun, weird, all the things, my world in the Entrepreneur Summit. Even when they look at the sales funnel, they're going to see like I've got my testimonials and snow globe heads, and I've got, Dekesha in an ornament. With snowflakes all around her, because I want it to be a joyful experience as we learn. And everything I'm about is about having a good time because that's where we connect. The more we can understand about each other and
mhm.
feel not just like understanding from like a cerebral sense, like from our brain, but understanding through an energetic connection of I get you, you get me. That's where you get something that Stephen M.R. Covey calls the speed of trust in business.
Mm,
And that's what getting seen on the levels that I'm speaking to with everybody, that is what gets you the speed of trust. And what you're talking about, how you just love how, when I say, hey, let's hang out, this and that, how it's authentic, is that development, the speed of trust. You trusted me because you knew what you see is what you get. And now we can get down to business. You had me on your summit immediately. I have you on my summit immediately. Now we're into profiting and podcasting and all of these things because we got to the most important part first. If you trust someone, you love someone, you respect someone, you get someone, like you get someone, the fastest you can have someone get you or you get them or both combined, that's the way you can reach profits the fastest because now
mm.
you don't have to do your research and understand all the things and let me go on Google for 10 hours. I ain't got 10 hours, okay? I'm a single mom. I need to
There's
just
so much I can do with 10 hours. Like, no, yeah.
yeah, no, I could have done 10 podcasts in 10 hours, okay?
Right. Like, come on, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have time to investigate you. Like I need to feel who you are like that. And people that, their energy I don't get, I'm going to move right along from you and go to the next person that is open and
Mhm.
trusting with me so I can get them and they can get me. And that's who I'm going to do business with.
I love that. I love that. So, give us the link for the Holiday Entrepreneur Summit
Yes.
so
So
that we
it
can
is,
drop it. Number one, we can drop it in the comments. And number two, it can be in the show notes as well. So,
why, thank you.
where
It's
we go?
www.holidayentrepreneursummit.com. It's one S, not two in the middle. And make sure you're spelling entrepreneur properly because as long as I've been an entrepreneur, I misspell it sometimes as well. So
So,
no
it's
judgment.
holidayentrepreneursummit.com,
Correct. It's
not
not, there's no
entrepreneurs.
D.
So, let's make sure that when we put this in the notes, we put it right. When
Hmm.
y'all comment below the video, you put it right. Entrepreneur Summit.com.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And it could
Awesome.
be confusing because the name is entrepreneurs, but I didn't want to have it have SS in the
Got
dot
you.
com. We had to make a choice of what would be less confusing. But anyway, so yeah. And if you're one of the people that find us through Dekesha and you want to, instead of just going and buy your ticket, see if there's some sort of, special gift she might want to give you, a promo code or something like that. Just hit her up, talk to her directly. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. We've got a lot of surprises that day. We have 3 panels. The show is going to open up on Clubhouse. It's 10 to 2 Eastern time on Clubhouse on the 15th and the 16th, same time. It's 4 hours. Why
Mhm.
do we have it 4 hours and not a bazillion hours? Because we're not trying to wear you out. We want you to actually retain information and have a good time. We want you to have your morning where you can like prepare to have a beautiful experience, meeting people. Because even though it's Clubhouse, the chat's going to be going. You're going to be connecting with people in the audience. You can connect with some of the speakers. We're going to have a performance where a poem that I'm co-writing with the person who's going to be performing it. Alta Gracia Felix is going to be performing this poem, and it's all about the entrepreneurship journey we've had this year because I want to take you through some self-expression.
Mhm.
We're gonna have prizes, like how Oprah was like, "You get a car, you get a car, everyone gets a car." I want y'all to be having fun. It's the holiday season. I want you
I
guys
love
to
it.
have a shot at winning stuff. And when I talk about winning stuff, I mean we are giving away stuff like VIP day with one of our millionaire guests who owns she's a money coach and
Mhm.
she is successful. She is a millionaire and she's giving away a 10K plus VIP day for free where you can actually go and experience it at her home in Naples, Florida, one of her homes in Naples, Florida. And there's pictures of the beautiful lanai that you can have your brunch at. And we have a wine bundle. We have a trip to Cancun we're giving away. 6 days, 5 nights is a grand prize. Our panels are going to be speaking to how to get seen. Our first panel is going to be speaking about branding for getting seen, branding as yourself to get seen. Second panel is going to be speaking about using your content to get seen. And third panel, which Dekesha Williams is on, is going to be speaking about getting seen with your signature package and offerings because
I love
she
it.
is a webinar strategist and has built a massive successful business in that in what she's known for,
Mhm.
and so that's what that whole panel is going to be about, is how they've created something that they're known for and how you can too and how you can get seen with that. And there's so much more, but I'm really excited about that, really excited about that.
I am too. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to being able to participate throughout the entire summit. So that's going to be phenomenal. Um One of the things that I also like to do on the Profit Producers podcast, if anyone knows me, they know that I love to take action immediately. And so I always like to have a profit producing moment where you give them a strategy that they can implement immediately in their business. So for our audience who may have, maybe struggling with visibility, with getting seen, doesn't really matter what platform that you want to talk about for a few minutes, but I do want you to share a strategy that they can utilize right now to help them push their visibility to get in front of more people.
I love that. Okay, so if it's somebody who is like struggling or has been holding themselves back, I would start with doing some sort of video off of your cell phone. And the quickest way to do it would be your stories on either Facebook or Instagram. That's the quickest way to get yourself in motion with something and also to um, be seen in a way where it's like super authentic because you're literally just holding your cell phone to your face and saying hello to your people, and you can talk about anything. For example, I went on Instagram live the other day just cuz I was already set up to go on live with like two different back-to-back lives on on LinkedIn and Facebook via StreamYard. And so I was like putting on my makeup or getting ready to put on my makeup. I'm like, why don't you just go say hi and put my cell phone up and say hi to everyone while I do this, because I'm sitting here, I might as well. And it's about connecting. It's not about them knowing all about my package, all about my summit, all about my stuff. Sometimes you just have moments where you get to connect. You don't have to put together a script. You don't have to have an agenda. You just get to connect. So I put the phone up and I was talking to my audience, putting on my makeup, and they stayed the whole time watching me shoot the what and put on makeup. And we're commenting left and right. Like we were just like girlfriends and friends just hanging out. And so if you're struggling, that's where you start. That's right where you start. Now, if you're not struggling and you're just looking for the next step of getting visible and you've been out there, but you're like, I want to do something and make a greater impact, then I would say learning how to repurpose. And I think that everyone who's been an entrepreneur and pushing out content for a long time feels like they know how to repurpose. So some people kind of shut down and they're like, oh, I know how to repurpose. I understand. I repurpose all the time. I click from Instagram and shoot it off to LinkedIn. I do this and I do that. Whatever.
Mhm.
Okay. I promise you that if you are repurposing, there are 50 more things that you can do with your content that you don't know yet that I know about that will blow your mind. Blow your mind. You can have content for a whole year already sitting there and not even realize it. So, what I would say if you've been getting seen and you want to get seen at a deeper level, is to look at the next level of repurposing, which usually can come into, if you have a lot of video, transcribing, pulling what's written, and then doing tons of different things with the written content because written content powerful is powerful if you use it in multiple different ways, and there's so many ways to use it. All your posts
Um,
you're looking to figure out are on something you already said on some video that you have.
I agree 1000%. And it's amazing because that strategy is the organic strategy that helped me build my business in the beginning. And sometimes we look back and it's like, well, damn, why the hell did I stop if it worked?
Mhm.
Because you're so busy wanting to move on. So we've actually bought that strategy back, and you'll see more written. Like I'll continue to do video, but you'll see more written content coming from our brand because it worked. And you have to think about people's learning styles as well. Like everybody is not visual. Some people are auditory. Some people are what kinesthetic, where they have to do both, right?
Yeah.
That's me. Like I listen to Audible and read the book at the same time. Don't y'all judge me, okay?
I love
Uh,
that. That's
so I
cool.
love that tip, and thank you so much for sharing that tip. So I hope you guys, as you are watching or listening, you are taking notes and you're actually implementing. And what I want you to do is go into the Profit Producers group, tag Leilani, tag myself, and let us know that you've actually implemented the strategies here from the Profit Producers podcast. All right. So as we move into the next segment, this is fun for me because I always shoot out some questions that you never know is coming. Are you ready?
We'll find out, won't we?
All right. So question number one. What is one thing most people don't know about you?
Oh, one thing most people don't know about me. I tell a lot of my business. This is a tough one. Okay. Most people don't know I was actually born in Hollywood, like literally in Hollywood with two actor parents. There you have it.
Two after parents?
Actor
Oh,
parents.
actor parents. I'm
Yeah,
like, what?
they were both actors. Yeah, my dad especially was in a lot of like, that old 1960, 70 like that what is that like the Pam Grier type movies that like he was actually
I
in what
love
was
it.
that? Yeah, what was that movie? My dad was one of the stars in oh God, I'll think of it later. But yes,
That
that's
is
what he
hilarious. Cool.
yeah.
How awesome is that? All right. So when was your last webinar?
My last webinar. Well, I did a master class, so I guess that counts, right?
Yep.
So that was like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Yep. I remember. I saw it.
Okay.
I
I'm like,
love it. I love it. I have to let the people know, like everybody's out here doing webinars, masterclass, mini webinars. So if you're not doing them, you need to go ahead and start implementing in your business. What book are
agreed.
you reading right now?
So right now I've got one of my clients' books here.
Cool.
I don't know if you can see it. It's can we cuss on here? Because that's the name of the
Oh
book.
my God. So hold on. Here's what's funny, right? So if you have not listened to Tavana's episode, right? go on our podcast site and look for Tavana's episode, because literally she just gave a book by Amanda. This is so funny, by Amanda Francis, and the book is called Rich as Fuck, More Money Than You Know What to Do With. And now your book that you're reading, it says, what the fuck is your problem? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes, yes.
So cool. I have to check that one out. Let me write that down. So we actually I'm going to be doing a post of all my book recommendations.
Yes. And it's about becoming an active worker and healing your trauma. And it is by one of my dear friends, clients, one of my Get Seen coaches, Dr. Fanike Kiara Oligbala Young.
You're going to have to send me that.
I will send you that. She's incredible.
Yeah, I stopped at the doctor.
Well, you'll wind up getting to know her. She's good.
Okay, great. But I'd love to get a copy of her book. Awesome. So let everyone know how, all our listeners know, how can they connect with you?
So, okay. So if you are watching this, you can see that I'm everywhere at LeilaniMWells.com. And you spell Leilani, Leilani. M is my middle initial, and Wells, like, wishing wells. Okay, so Leilani, just think the flower, like when you go to Hawaii, Lei, and then La, when you sing, it's LA. And where I'm from originally, that's how
I love it.
Leilani M. Wells. So yeah, find me, DM me, hit me up. I'm friendly. Until I'm not. No, I'm just playing.
I'm friendly. I'm friendly until I'm not. Awesome. And you can get access to her upcoming summit at holidayentrepreneursummit.com. We're going to make sure that we include a link to the summit, the registration page in the section below. And if you would like to get access to a special discount code, you have to contact me privately or individually. You can contact me in my DM, and please let me know that we can kind of hook you up. We'll figure out something. But definitely, we want to let her know that you came on behalf by way of Dekesha Williams. So I want to thank you, and I want to thank Leilani, number one, for coming to be a part of the actual entrepreneur, the profit. I'm going to say the Holiday Entrepreneur Summit, Profit Producers Podcast, and a couple of things before we let her close out. Number one, make sure that you subscribe to our podcast. Okay. Number two, make sure that you subscribe to YouTube if you're on our YouTube channel, and also go to the webinarstore.com. So if you've never been, check out our webinar store. Isn't that crazy? We have the webinarstore.com. We're going to put the coupon code below so that you can get access off of anything that is on the site. So I've got my books there. I've got a couple of courses there. We got t-shirts. We got the Get Ish Done t-shirts there, mugs. We got all kinds of things on the webinarstore.com. You didn't even know it existed. Don't hesitate to be a part of our private Facebook group. All things training, just business training, not necessarily specifically around webinars. All things business training takes place in the webinar, in the Profit Producers Facebook group as well. And so again, I want to thank Leilani for being a part of the Profit Producers podcast. An amazing young lady. So make sure that you follow her. Don't hesitate. And listen, I want to see you at the Holiday Entrepreneur Summit.com as well. I'm trying to think what else we got going on. I think I told y'all everything. So listen, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. My name is Dekesha Williams, your webinar strategist. Be passionate, be purposeful, but more importantly, be profitable. I'll see you guys next time.